All right, joined today on our Preps podcast with Tony Leach of Prep Ball Stars, and Tony has been doing the this will be the seventh year of the Midwest Challenge. This year, it'll be played at Lebanon at the Farmers Bank Fieldhouse there. Uh, Kind of a brand new facility there, and we talk more about where it's at and what the event is. But a nice new place there in Lebanon, off the
Yes,
highway, and Tony just it's Saturday, May 10th, will be the event,
yes.
and you can sort of go ahead and tell us what's going to happen, Tony, and kind of how this came to be, and then kind of the details on what's coming on May 10th.
Okay, so Saturday, May 10th, Prep Ball Stars Midwest Challenge. Again, we'll have its hosting the seventh event. And this is the seventh event again. 2018 was the first year. And we were fortunate enough. So let me explain what Midwest Challenge is first. It's a four-state challenge between the best senior boys in the respective states. And the states are Indiana, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Michigan. And it's kind of like a Final Four format. There's two semifinal games, and then the championship is at 5 o'clock. In addition to that, we also have a consolation game, and this year we're also going to have a girls' game between Illinois and Indiana. So, five great games for one low price. It started in 2018, and ironically enough, Tyrese Halliburton played for Team Wisconsin in our very first event, and that really kickstarted the event with Eric Hunter Jr. and Aaron Henry, who got a chance to play for the Sixers. So over those 6 years, we've had eight or nine NBA players, including Tyrese, Blake Wesley, Jake LaRavia, Jalen Johnson plays with the Hawks, was scheduled to play in 2020, and a host of just several D1 players like a Nigel Pack, like Marcus Burton, who was Mr. Basketball in 23, Floyd Bedunga last year in 2024. So we've had a lot of talented players, and this year should be probably maybe the best year for talent.
I was going to say, so you have the Team Michigan, Team Illinois, Team Indiana, Team Wisconsin. Then the senior girls game will be at 2 p.m. And then
Yes.
like you said, the consolation and championship set for 5 o'clock. But you go through this class, Tony, and we've known for a long time this 2025 boys class, really outstanding group. But
Yes.
unfortunately, I always say unfortunately because I don't get to cover them if they leave the state or go to prep school as much. But
Right.
we've lost a couple players, Trent Sisley and Jalen Harrelson, but those guys will be back to play in this event, and I'm assuming they
Absolutely.
are. But
Yes.
but yeah, that's just kind of talk a little bit about the guys you have coming who will be on that team.
I'm as excited about this particular event as I have of all seven because of what you just mentioned. This will be the first time that Trent Sisley, Jalen Harrelson, and who I would expect to be Mr. Basketball this year, Braylon Mullins, to ever play together. So it's going to be a really exciting, at least on paper, it's a dream team, Team Indiana team, because you got Braylon Mullins, you've got Jalen Harrelson, as I mentioned, Trent Sisley, able to spend some time with him 2 weeks ago and take some pictures of him actually in uniform. He's going to fly in from Florida, but we also have the other top players that played in the IHSAA this year. Desmond Briscoe, who's a finalist for Mr. Basketball, Xavier Robinson, Brady Kohler, um, Justin Kirby, Trey Singleton. So it's a really, really, really talented team. Chase Koneski, who had an incredible dunk in the 3A championship to lift South Bend St. Joseph's. He's going to play in this event. So it's a dynamite team. Mark Zachary, who was Mr. Football. So it's going to be a dynamite team. But to not be outdone, Michigan's bringing a great roster too, led by Cameron Hudson, who's going to St. Louis. Jamarion Bateman is a top 100 player. He's going to play for Team Wisconsin. And Illinois is always a scrappy bunch, and they're going to be led by some top talent as well. And Antonio Munoz, who I think has got a UIndy offer, as does EJ Horton. So they're going to have a good group as well. So, and they've been seeing a lot of the press clippings, and and they would like nothing better than to knock Team Indiana off, who has won the event for 4 years. So we're hoping this to be the 5th.
I was going to ask how for people who are maybe unfamiliar with this format, how competitive have these games been? Obviously Indiana's got a stacked team this year, but I know it always hasn't been easy for Indiana to win this event.
No, I mean, there's only been 2 games of those 4 championships that were, so that's 8 games. There's only been 2 that were over 10 points in terms of the wins. It's been 5 points, 4 points. We've had 2 overtime games. I mean, it's been a battle. I mean, these teams come to play, and yeah, it's an all-star game if you can look at it that way, but it's a true challenge. These teams really want to win this event. Um, a lot of these states aren't as fortunate to have like a Indiana Kentucky series like the state of Indiana does. So this is their event in that format. So they're going to have Illinois and Wisconsin and Michigan, just like Team Indiana. They're going to have their state on their chest, and they're going to play hard for their state. So it's really, really competitive.
And Tony, do you know yet what the girls' roster looks like, or are you still working on that?
Still working on finalizing it, but we do have Jayla Lampley, who was, runner-up for Miss Basketball. She's going to play. She's heading to Mississippi State and Gatorade Player of the Year last year, state champion last year for Lawrence Central, top 10 on the EYBL women's girls side last year on the circuit. So she's one of the top players in the country. So she's going to, lead that team. But we got some other talented girls too with Indiana coming as well. But then Team Illinois is bringing the Miss Basketball from the state, Destiny Jackson, who's heading to Illinois. So those 2 are the kind of like the main players that are going to play for Indiana and Illinois. But it's going to be loaded rosters for those ladies as well.
I know you've moved the game around to some different venues. Is this I can't remember, is this the first year it's been at Farmers Bank Fieldhouse in Lebanon?
This will be the first year for that. Farmers Bank opened last February, so it's only been around for about 15 months. But it's a dynamite facility, and the neat thing about it, there's going to be a tournament going on as well, so it's going to be crowded. But what they have it's an 8-court facility, but they also have 12 pickleball courts and turf, and so it's a massive facility. But the main court has seating for about 1,200. But we also have some courtside seats available. We have a few left. I mean, those are going faster than anything else because the courtside seat gives you VIP, so it gives you, a trip to the concession stand, a close-up seat with your name on it. We'll walk you to your seat, so you'll be treated very well for the price for that. So it's $50 for that, but then general admission is $18 in advance and $20 on game day. So I would encourage all the fans. I mean, it's not a lot of seats. We got about 800 for sale. We expect those to be gone because it's, as you know, it's a basketball state. The demand is going to be high. So get your ticket in advance to make sure you're going to be in the building, because we're also going to there's going to be a space for the ones that go to the tournament as well. So it's going to be packed that day.
Yeah, I've had a chance to be in that new field house a couple times. It's really nice. It's big, and like you said, they've got that main court where the Lebanon's got a semi-pro team that plays in there, or has it. They were there playing there at least one time I went there. So
Yes,
kind of a cool setup there, and but yeah, it should be a fun day. Tony, what I know one time I talked to you. I don't know, we do stories on your event every year, but one year we kind of talked about how you're not trying to replace the Kentucky Indiana game. This is just kind of an added event on the calendar. Do you feel like it's sort of becoming a staple that people look forward to every year now?
I'm from Indiana. My one of my fondest memories for basketball happened at the Indiana Kentucky series. It was and I'm aging myself here, but 1977. That was my first year going. Ray Tolbert, who actually ended up coaching with me, is a great friend now, was Mr. Basketball that year. And, so I have a fond memories and great love for the Indiana-Kentucky series. So I would this event isn't to take away from that. This is a basketball state, and I purposely have my event to where it's at least 4 weeks away from that great event. But there's 52 weekends obviously, and this is one great weekend, actually great Saturday where basketball fans can be treated to a great day of basketball with 5 great games. So that's the goal here. It has become a staple in Indiana, and we want as many eyeballs this year to be on the event as because these players are going to bring it. We want to see fans see the event, witness this event live because they deserve it and the event deserves it.
When you look at this lineup, I guess what else goes into that day, Tony? What else will be going on? You mentioned there's another tournament going on there, which is probably obviously unrelated to your event, but
Yes.
what else goes into putting on this event, and what else can fans expect, and also I don't know if you mentioned this, but how can fans go about getting tickets too?
Well, let me talk about. So we do have we bring all the teams in on Friday night, and just so you know, the team in Team Indiana is in great coaching hands. Omar Dillard, who has coached this event, he's coached this event to 4 straight titles. He's going to be on the coaching staff for as long as he wants, but he's also now our director of player development because he's got another platform, U Sports Navigator, that helps a host of players as well. But Chris Hawkins is going to be the head coach this year. Just finished. He's won a state championship in 2017 with Addicts and just finished a runner-up year this year. And then Mike Fox, who's also heralded coach and also founder of now Indiana Basketball Club and also another highly decorated organization as well. But he's also assistant coach for Fishers, who won 44 straight games, state runner-up finish this year, state champ last year. So the players are in great hands from a coaching standpoint, so they're going to be well prepared. How fans will get tickets, they can go to prepballstars.com. We also have a lot of advertising out there on social media, so follow us on Instagram at prepballstars, also on X, and we're constantly posting different things there. There's also a QR code that's available to send you directly to the link so you can get your tickets. So that would be the best way to do it. So either go straight to our website or, again, follow us on social media. And we also have a Prep Ball Stars Facebook page where you can access links to the tickets as well.
Well, again, that's the Prep Ball Stars. The 7th annual Midwest Challenge will be at Farmers Bank Fieldhouse in Lebanon on Saturday, May 10th. Basically, when is the first game, Tony?
The first game is between Team Illinois and Team Michigan. That starts at 11 o'clock, and that's followed by Team Indiana and Team Wisconsin. Did I say that right? So Team Illinois, Team Michigan, 11 o'clock. At 12:30, Team Indiana, Team Wisconsin at 12:30. And then the girls' game is at 2 o'clock. Again, it's Team Indiana versus Team Illinois. Give the ladies a good challenge as well. And then 3:30 is our consolation game between, whoever doesn't win and those first 2 semifinal games. And then the championship, which, of course, we're rooting for Indiana to be there at 5 o'clock, but you never know. I mean, Team Wisconsin they come with a good group. They've got a couple kids going to Alabama and a couple of players going to Iowa State. You're not going to Iowa State, who is Sweet 16, and Alabama Sweet 16 if you can't play. So, and they've never won the event, and who knows, this could be their year. And hopefully Team Indiana can hold them up, but we'll see.
Again, Team Indiana, they'll open at 12:30 against Team Wisconsin. That loaded roster with Braylon Mullins, Trent Sisley, Jalen Harrelson, Xavier Robinson, Desmond Briscoe, Brady Kaler. And then, like Tony mentioned at the top, a lot of other good players as well on that roster. So, should be a fun day of basketball. If you want to get there for that game, it's at 12:30, but also a game at 11. Team Illinois and Team Michigan. Then basically a full day up until you probably walk out of there about 6:30 or 7 o'clock on Saturday 10th. So, Tony, appreciate you doing this. Anything else you have going on?
Well, those are the main things. I'd like to mention our sponsors too, just real quickly. So SBI Sportswear will be doing the uniforms again, Sports Ventures International. Do a great job with that. And then also Mark Wise with Wise Financial is one of our sponsors. And we also have some great sponsor contributors in American Family Insurance, McDonald's. So we've got some great sponsors too. And we got a few spots for additional sponsors. If you'd like to join us, we've got a few spots for that. Been, be millions of views with this event. So be a great opportunity for some additional sponsors.
Well, awesome. Well, thanks, Tony. And again, 5 games on Saturday, May 10th at the Lebanon Farmers Bank Fieldhouse in Lebanon. Should be a fun day of basketball. A lot of talent, boys and girls, coming through there. So, again, appreciate you coming on, Tony, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kyle.